this will ever go live. Okay, here we go. All right. It's funny. I post one of those alien videos and get some attention, and I start talking here, and I lose subs. Yeah, this is fun. I might just make alien videos from now on, cartoons. I get kind of tired of that, but yeah, you run out of ideas, but one every once in a while. I got another one in the pipeline. Those are fun. Yeah, they are. Yeah, we have to have a break from it too. So this world's exhausting. Whatever, right? Oh yeah, alien hybrid programs, yada, whatever. Once again, whatever. Well, some of them are just doing the saying stuff for attention and all that. Oh, it's the drama never continues. So I'm just using it as a clickbait title. I'm not going to really go into that. This is more nonsense. Yeah. Speaking of nonsense, now I'll move on to something else, but it's funny how these the spiritual yuppie channels, they twist, it's the cartoon channels, the propaganda, they're twisting, conspiracy stuff, they're twisting people's brains around all the time. And then they do like a charity or something like that. It's like, whatever, man. You're already messing with everybody's brain as it is. And that's what gets the clicks. Alien hybrid programs and all that. And then you want to try to help people. It's like, how does that work exactly? And the yuppies all have the same template. They all live the same lives. So, relationships, they have the same lives. They all kind of live the same thing. They're all on drugs or something. Whatever. They're all part of that little clique. I'm not going to go any further with that. I'm tired of those people, but this world is exhausting. Yeah, you gotta find some fun in life somewhere. Even if there's no fun, you gotta have to find fun where there isn't any. Go hug a tree. Well, the alien videos, those are fun. Yeah, I needed somebody. Yeah, that came at the right time. Yeah, alien car wash and alien mailman. Need something to boost morale. So yeah, those are just a gag. Yeah, I'm going to go into the Illuminati living in the sun, and that came from forget it. What is his name? John Lear. He said that people live in the sun. Said a lot of things. It was with Bob Lazar. I didn't know he said that. I mean, there are realities where beings are living in the sun, but they're in another dimension and all that. They're not human. I mean, not human like us. They could be, transparent beings, and think about that. Yeah, there is something there in a higher dimensional state. Yeah, there's different levels of like there is here. So you can imagine that you're energy being in the sun, some kind of think about that. Think about the inner workings of it too. So the sun's fucking huge. Jeez, ridiculous. It's not going to burn out anytime soon. No, we have to go through this. We're not that lucky. Yeah, can the sun burn out so we can all get out of here? No. No, you must endure. You must learn, even if you don't feel like you're learning. What are we learning? How the human race here is so disconnected, and obviously many people feel like they can do more in their lives than they can. It's just that we're not supposed to. You know, I mean, that's how I guess I mean, you are, but I don't know how that works exactly. I mean, we're also being protected, so I don't know. It's, you know, you can do more, but you just have to go with the flow. Yeah. So if you're meant to make $1 million, you are. If not, you'd be fine somehow. You know, sometimes it's better not to have celebrity for obvious reasons, and so on. So not that people are looking for that, but you know, just go with it. That's all you can do. So anyway, yeah, I'm trying to get some rest. So, oh yeah, so all my spiritual yahoos. Before I connect to somebody. Yeah, it's dummy. He kept saying that everybody's a reflection of yourself. I think that's Brad Johnson. I don't really like him. I just check in on his garbage, but he's another cult leader, basically. But you know, they talk about how everybody's a reflection of yourself. I don't think that's the truth sometimes, but a lot of people are just terrible. That's not you. That's them. I mean, you can reflect. Sometimes you can pull in the wrong people for whatever, you know, something that you're going. Not always the case. I don't think that's always the case, though. Sometimes you're bringing people just to test themselves. That's fun. Well, some people have a lot of darkness, and they're always attracting terrible people. Either they don't think much of themselves, or there is truth to it. It doesn't mean everybody's doing it to a high extent. You might do it a little bit, but then he's like, I don't think so, buddy. Get the fuck away from me. You know, you stop things before it gets out of hand. You know, sometimes, but some people do have a lot of darkness, and they're bringing along people all the time. That's different. So it does exist, obviously, but I think a lot of people don't have. I don't think a lot of people really. You might, well, I guess they might bring some that are not great to test yourself and whatever, but like I say, a lot of people are just awful. It's just the way it is. No one's perfect, you know, but some people are just, yeah, I talk about the Illuminati and all that, it's like, whatever. What about regular society? You gonna blame the universe, blame the Illuminati for your own issues? Like, I mean, that might work for a while, telling yourself that, but after a while, you gotta take responsibility. And many are not doing that. So yeah, so obviously majority of society is not really living to their highest potential, and that's why we're here, to see what that looks like, to live in the torture chamber of that. That's why we get to sleep. That's why it's sleeping, finding some kind of fun if there's no fun. Because their version of fun here is getting drunk and being a piece of shit or whatever, you know. Sometimes it's hugging a tree, sometimes it's going to nature. That's great. Damn. You can't connect to society because they're so off. They're so pulling into whatever, right? So, the danger zone. Yeah, some of us have to live like a monk or a nun. Not because you want to, because you have to. Because society's just not with it. It's not, this isn't joy. This isn't fun. If you're a spiritual yuppie, I can't imagine that being fun either, but sometimes they have their standards lower. I don't know what they're doing. Well, some of them have figured out. That depends on their moral stature. Of course, the yuppies, so a lot of times they're pretty dirty on both ends, but some of them do try to do something good, but they haven't quite found out what good is. They just attract piles of shit. So, yeah, a lot of them are pretty terrible. So, it gets the clicks. So, it gets the views, and they do it. So, anyway. Alien hybrid programs, I don't know. Some are so pulled into alien stuff they can't get themselves out. Anyway, obviously they're here. But yeah, it's up to us. I mean, I guess aliens would find us interesting to some level, but it's also like we are an ass-backwards society, and turning that around is easier said than done. Yes. We're just warning how to go backwards in life, right? Yeah, that's why sleeping is important, because it just helps you clear out the energy. It helps you just relax. Find something fun somewhere. Not everybody can find that. Yeah. Yeah, their version of fun here is pretty fucked up. So, and yeah, most of society doesn't know themselves or have any clue, which is normal, but it's brutal at the same time. It's like the nicest lost. It's like it's a nice individual is here, but completely fucking lost. So anyway, it's fun. All right, then you could try to put some kind of truth out there, and yeah, it doesn't go very well. Well, it's not mainstream. Mainstream is victimhood, I guess. Whatever, or judging everybody or whatever. So whatever. Yeah, some of these spiritual yuppies, yeah, they want to have a book, they want to be known after they cross, they want to be loved and whatever. And, God help us all. Big ego trip. Yeah, this place is very exhausting. Yeah, getting through this is not fun, that's for sure. Alright, so yeah, a whack job talking to the Anunnaki, so we'll do the Anunnaki one as well. It's been a while. Okay, blessings, here we go. Grease to the Anunnaki, blessings, same energies. You'd be surprised. Individuals are not always hearing what they want to hear. So, of course, they're going to lash out. And, they have certain training or certain mindsets that they want to fulfill within themselves. But all you can do is stand your ground no matter what they say. Not everyone's at the same level. Sometimes, as some of you know, you put your knowledge out there and get bitten. You pull back, it's like, okay, I'll be quiet. Sometimes, it's like parenting, basically. Sometimes individuals will start to realize what you're where you're coming from. Sometimes. Yes, it's brutal. Well, because it's fun in the sun here. It is. There's certain mindsets that are popular. And some of you are trying to heal, and what you're saying and doing is not always popular to the mainstream. It's popular within yourself because it's working. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the rest of the population has not quite got there yet. So yeah, sometimes it's better to keep it to yourself. As much as you want to share your knowledge, obviously, it's the world sends a pack of wolves in your direction. That's the alien frequency you're putting out there. It's so you know how it feels to be alien here. Not as cracked up as you'd like it to be. You like to be more accepting, so you are seeing it through your own eyes. Your own experiences, how it truly is. Some of you, or a good portion, have good intentions towards others and have different points of view, but there is a good intention around it, and it's also a lot of knowledge there, and society is just not to say everyone has to accept it, but not exactly there to be open-minded to. So this is now, disclosure is getting more popular, maybe twisted, but popular. And that's just the surface side. As some of you go deeper and deep in multi-dimensions and so on, it's like you're a cook and you have this dinner and you're serving a small amount, but you're waiting to serve the masses at some point. Your recipe, I won't call it the recipe of disaster, but sometimes it might seem that way because the public doesn't know how to accept it. But Eventually they will, yes, you might feel we call it crazy and all that, but it's hard to sink in, especially if they haven't had the experiences that you have, which doesn't make you wrong. It's just that, you're feeling the rough side of being human here. It's like, hey, this is who I am, and then you get nothing but backlash. Some of you ever experienced this, and you have to quiet down and pull back. But realize this will get more attention at some point, and some are just not, and that's going to be normal. There's some that just will never be there, but then some will lash out and so on. It's going to be really hard to accept. But this is the multi-dimensional realm that you're bringing your frequency into to help others let go of this control system that they're in now. Well, it's a limited reality, and you have unlimited realities that your average person is not ready for, but you're here for a reason. So you're here because there is potential here, and you're feeling the backlash of it, but it doesn't mean you're out here for no reason. It might seem that way, but you are bringing your frequency into assist. This is not for nothing. It's just a society. It's not, built on openness, forgiveness. It's control. And you're unlocking that. Doesn't mean you have to do it individually. You're not going to say, I'm going to unlock humanity. And it doesn't mean it has to be your job. But you are doing it little by little, because you don't want all this rage and all. You already feel some of it as it is. And you don't need the world's rage on your back. You see what the president's going through. That's on a surface level. Think about a multidimensional level. And some of you are already feeling it already, once again. Just by being here. And bringing a new frequency in. But so you are experiencing what it is like to be an alien in a world like this. And it's not what's cracked up to be. This does make you stronger, but also gives you a lot of experience for alien contact. So you are a contact here. Some of you have these alien frequencies and all of it. You are a contact, not just contactee, you are making contact with a race that is totally lost. Well, it's not in their mindset, let's put it that way. It's not in their TV guide. Not yet, at least. It's like, wow, you're like someone I've seen on TV. Netflix, as terrible as Netflix is, it's like the McDonald's of programming. But every once in a while, they do put something out there that can be quite profound, even if they do mess it all up. Just like a hamburger, they can ruin that, but still serve a lot. Yeah, so there is, as some of you noticed. So yeah, being a alien frequency here, you are experiencing right now. So just, hang strong, and will it get better? It's hard to say. Yes and no, but yeah, just as long as you're here. Obviously, there's more to it than that, but everyone's glad you're here. You're glad you're here if you don't see it that way anymore. Blessings.